Welcome back to the Motion Picks. If you've watched my channel before, you've probably realised by now that I kind of like movies. However, you would be forgiven for assuming that I have a rather limited taste in film. So far I've mostly just reviewed films that are on everyone's radar, but these are definitely not the only films that I'm interested in personally. That's why right now I'm taking the opportunity to recommend something that you might not have heard of. Not 3 hours ago, I just finished watching a really impressive film named Persepolis. Persepolis is a French-produced 2D animated autobiography set for the most part in late 20th century Tehran. If that sounded like a mouthful, it was. This mostly black and white animation follows a young Iranian girl growing up in a time of constant political unrest and war. War, politics, black and white? It doesn't really sound like a kid's cartoon, does it? And it's not a kid's movie. This is definitely not a recommendation for the young ones. But I also realise that not all adults get into foreign films and animation, which is a shame because I really want people to give this one a chance. So what's good about Persepolis? Well, firstly, this film really is one of a kind. I mean, you're not likely to find anything like it anywhere else. For instance, how many animated autobiographies are there out there? And if you can name a few off the top of your head, well, you're just so much more of a film nerd than I am. But if this film is anything to go by, it's a really good idea. On the one hand, you get a really personal and authentic perspective. But with animation, you have the opportunity to be really artistic and poetic, really emphasizing those emotions that you're conveying. And now that I'm talking about the film's artistic merit, let's talk about the aesthetics. If you were to ask me, I'd say that the film looks beautiful. But that's just a judgment call, that's just an opinion. What is hard to deny though is that the film does have a style of its own. The character design has this real newspaper comic strip feel about it. Everything's drawn with mostly simple lines and what looks like pen and pencil. But I'm not saying these are simplistic drawings, they really maximise the minimal to create really effective compositions. In other words, it's smart, effective and aesthetically pleasing filmmaking. So the visuals are probably one half of what makes this film great, and the other half is the really compelling story that's being told. The film doesn't really fit into a Hollywood 3-act structure because most biographies don't actually work that way. It's more like one transition of time through many different vignettes. Some of these little moments are cute and amusing, others are outright terrifying. There are heartwarming and sweet moments, and really heart-wrenching ones. It has a wide range of themes from loss of innocence to family love to societal injustice. And the film tackles these issues with the right amount of sincerity and maturity that you would hope for. But although the film never glosses over or sugarcoats the subject that it's talking about, it really does have a good sense of humour. It knows exactly when to introduce levity so the film doesn't become too depressing. But certainly don't go in expecting a Walt Disney sugar rush. Unless you're thinking along the lines of the opening of Bambi or the Stampede in The Lion King.
Dad? Dad, come on. You gotta get up.
Oh no, not that. Anything but that. Where were we? So Persepolis is a story that's really worth telling, and it's told in a way that's really worth watching. Please, if you can find it, check it out. So, what did you think of my first random recommendation? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and hit subscribe for the full Motion Picks experience. Till next time.